Did you poop today?
Hey guys, the bitch is back. This is my first video in a long time. So let me tell you a little bit about why. I had a crazy intern that stole the passwords and we couldn't get into my YouTube channel for almost 5 years. I figured what a great way to start the first episode with having you guys ask me things about me and I'll be able to tell you guys the truth. Well, you guys probably know Liv from all my shoots. My baby Liv. She's my model and my friend. And we're here at my house. So I figured, how much more intimate can we get? It's so pretty out there.
It looks like Hawaii.
This is why I don't like leaving home. Just so in case anybody's curious. Are you ready?
Yes. Are you ready?
I'm scared.
Also, Scott doesn't know any of the questions.
None.
Like, we've hidden them from him. He doesn't know. So he's going to be just as shocked as everyone else is.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Okay. On average, how many times a week do you hurt yourself trying to twerk in the shower?
I twerk. I can do it. I can do it. We got a lot of booty.
Good.
I twerk. I don't hurt myself. I put the hurt on others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like if you're in the gym shower, everybody's looking at you. That's when you start twerking. Like that. Yeah. It'd be great, right?
Yeah. Maybe we'll post a twerking tutorial next.
I would love that. Back that ass up. Tell me.
What is the vision for the future of your brand?
Okay, first of all, I'm having a vision. Hold on. It's coming to me. Okay, I want everybody to have fun playing with my makeup. Okay, this is what I love more than anything. I love when people take something that I've made and then they show me what they've done with it. Like, here's some color. Show me what you can do with it. You know, blow me away. Please, somebody. Do you want to hear the rest of it or not? You're going to just move on to the next question.
What about products that you see in the future?
Well, I can see some right in front of me. I was going to wait to show you guys this, but I think this is a really perfect opportunity to let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so I have 5 palettes coming out.
I'm aware.
You're wearing them. So, and I'll show you guys some of them. They're really cool. I'm obsessed. This is the glowy and showy palette. Look, it's all highlighterness. Ooh. And check out the inside. So, look at that.
Oh,
how yummy is that? Those are all highlighter shades. Okay. Here's the cheek palette.
I feel like people have been waiting for this.
You think so? Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I can't just give you one little morsel. I'm going to give you the whole enchilada. Okay, here's the Scott Bar. Look.
Ooh, cute. She's cute.
Pink. And it says on the mirror, too. Look, I'm going to let you read the mirror first.
Aww.
My colors are blush and bashful.
Cute. The names are amazing.
Read some names.
Okay, we have Mango Fizz, Crush and Blush, Sweet Cheeks, that's my favorite.
That's you. Sweet Cheeks.
Minimalist, Strike a Rose, that one's cute.
Mm-hmm. It's like strike a pose.
I love this one, the Mango Fizz. That
the
one's
Mango Fizz. That's
amazing.
the peachy one. Or this one she's talking about. Ooh,
I'm wearing that one, right? I think I saw you dip into it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What do you have next? Contour.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. We love a good contour.
Sculpt and Contour by Scott Barnes. Look, let's open it. Do the reveal.
Ooh. I love that color.
This is for cutting a You cut a face up. Snatch that face.
Carve, snatch, slice, hashtag shade. That's the best one.
You ready? Look at those colors. Colors. How pretty are those, huh? Can't wait to play with these on camera for you guys. You guys are going to love them.
This is my favorite.
This is the one I used on you.
Yeah.
Not today, but I used this one on you for our shoot. Boom. Color bomb. Okay, you ready? This one's cool because it's all really bright colors.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
See that?
I can't wait to see it.
I mean, these are like...
The pictures we shot.
They're so saturated with color.
You know
I
love the names.
You do love the names.
Ooh, the koi one is amazing. Shameless, the pink one. We used that one.
Shameless. Pretty. Shameless is that bright pinky one. Right there.
Last but not least.
She's natural. She's the big kiss from me to y'all. I was like, I have to create a palette that's just like good for all occasions. Like for every day of your life. It's natural palette, number one. And she's browns and golds and everything neutral and everything sexy that
Everything
you can
you need
even
every day.
imagine. It's just incredible. And the pigment, like what's really great about what I've done is, if I do say so myself, I literally found the best ingredients around the globe and brought them all in to...
Because I literally wear your makeup home from shoots and it like doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
The rest of the... I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going out.
I look sexy and I know it. So that's just it. It's got great payoff, which we'll get into that stuff on another video. But like, I just wanted to introduce these to you guys. Like,
so these are the products they may see in the near future.
Really near.
Very near.
Like November near. Like that's how near. In fact, we're going to have a thing up on the website at scottbarnes.com where you can put your thing in because we have such limited amounts. We've already have so many people going nuts for them that I'm like, oh gosh, we have to limit these to one palette per person. You can't order multiples. Sorry. And then the lip glosses are following. Then I got concealer coming, foundation, powders. Yeah. And I'm working on a gold bar. Everybody's gonna lose their mind over my gold bar.
How did you meet your husband?
Oh, Frank Galasso. How did I meet Frank Galasso? Frank and I met at the gym, believe it or not, at Venice, Gold's Gym. Frank had just won a bodybuilding show, and he was really a little arrogant, but for a good reason. He was beautiful, and he still is beautiful. And then we got booked to do a job together with a client a week later, and it was kind of like...
Sparks?
Yeah, it was sparky, for sure. We started going out on dates, and he kept trying to make me jealous, and then, and it worked, and anyway.
You're like, I'm jealous.
I'm jealous.
You're mine.
I'm going to take you. I kind of knew after, like, the third date, he was doing all this stuff, and I was like, hey, I'm going to marry this guy. So.
And now we're here.
10 years later.
Yeah. You guys are also one of my favorite couples ever. You guys inspire me. What do you do to relax, and how many hours a week do you work?
Okay, I work endlessly. I work too much, as everybody around me will tell you. I keep Jennifer's schedule, Jennifer Lopez, who's one of my main clients. And then I have the cosmetic line. And then I have my family. I have an 18-year-old son, stepson, Frank's son, that, we parent. So it's really hard to balance everything sometimes.
And two puppies.
So it's a full house over here, without a doubt.
But lots of love.
Tons of love. I think the biggest thing is we don't drink and we don't do drugs and we exercise. So we live a very healthy lifestyle. When you try to achieve your goals, you do the best you can.
Right.
Not to do things to hurt your body.
So what do you do to relax from all of that? What's your getaway?
My bed. I love
to sleep. How has the makeup industry changed since you first started?
Well, that's how it changed. And, come here, you motor mouth Mabel. This is the loudmouth.
She's like, I run this house, and I knew you guys were taking the video, and I needed to be introduced.
I needed to be in it. I needed to be in it. Hit it.
How has the makeup industry changed since you first started?
A lot. Like when I started, there was no Instagram. There was there wasn't even websites. There wasn't I would test with modeling agencies, and you would go around and see photographers and do go-sees, and then you would try to get photographers to see your work, and then you would build a portfolio, and you had to work on your craft. It wasn't like, hi, I have 20 filters and I can become a makeup artist.
I can edit everything.
Everything myself. Yeah. So it's changed a lot in that regard, but it's so much more fun now because there's so many products and there's so much, it's fun. Everybody's into makeup, and it's the way it should have always been.
What has been the hardest JLo makeup you've ever done?
I did a movie called El Cantante, which that was the one I was up for Oscar consideration, and I had to age her. So my eye is trained to make everybody look like they're 12,
Yeah.
like pretty and glowy and 12. And all of a sudden, I had to make her all wrinkly and old and beat up. It was hard for her and it was hard for me. Right. And it was like, that was something that I was like, I don't think I can wrap my head around this. But I did get the swing of it after, because I don't do special effects makeup. And Jennifer was like, you can do this. And I was like, no, I really can't. I was like, talk about scared. I was like one of those moments where I was like, if you say so, J-Lo, I can do it. You know, it's like just making somebody look old. Or beat up or dry and
that's not
everything that she's not, you know, and it was like,
you're like, it's actually hard to make you look like this.
It was difficult. That was probably the hardest thing.
How did you meet J-Lo?
Jennifer and I met on a InStyle shoot. I did a cover with her.
Were you nervous doing J-Lo's makeup for the first time?
Nope.
Is working with J-Lo easy?
Yes.
What's the best part about working with J-Lo?
What's amazing about Jennifer, this I think makes it exciting. No matter what she's doing, whether she's doing a film or she's doing a record or she's doing stage performance or we're doing television, she's got her hands in every single area and she's good at every single area. So that is great to be around somebody that's like tenacious, that's, you know, has a lot of drive. And when you're with somebody like that, it's infectious. So everybody in the camp, all of us, are striving to be better all the time. Yeah. So if you're working with somebody that's like, oh my God, I don't like this and I hate this, and I've worked with those people and I'm not going to mention their names, and they sing, and they just hate the gift that they have, and you're just like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. What's the point? Did you poop today?
That's personal. Yes.
Too far.
Too far.
You still answer it.
I'll still answer it. I'll answer it.
He said he was answering everything. So.
I did. I did poop today. In fact, every time I eat, I poop.
That's healthy.
Yeah, I got a healthy track. What can you say?
Did you poop today?
That's the question. Are you constipated?
What breakfast cereal has influenced your life the most?
Fruity Pebbles, hands down. And it's kind of, again, a soliloquy for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's a little fruity, a little pebbly.
Pebbly?
Little pebbles.
Do you think it's okay for couples to fart in front of each other?
There's a limit to that. Like,
I agree.
I think there's some comfort there, but then when you got somebody that's just like Rudy Judy, fresh and fruity, in the car, not in closed spaces.
Yeah.
With the windows rolled up. And then all of a sudden you're like, did we just drive through El Segundo? We did.
Oh my God.
Nothing against El Segundo, but there's some.
But we're in Malibu.
How did we get here?
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a limit. People are like, oh, if you can't be comfortable in front of the person.
I get the comfortable thing. Like, I don't mind, seeing you go to the bath. I don't know that stuff bothers me. It's just the, it's the odor that I get. Like, I don't like bad breath either. It's like, brush your teeth. Damn it. I don't want to see what you had for breakfast yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Get that picket fence.
You gotta stay cute. Always stay cute.
Yes.
I don't have a boyfriend, so I have to, when you tell me these things, I have to, eat it up.
Yeah.
You know?
She's single, y'all. Come on now.
Go
to her Instagram and DM her. It's Liv.
That's the problem. I have too many DMs.
Yeah, it's like all those
and they're all stupid.
Yeah, they do weird things, don't they?
They say weird things.
They show you weird things.
Why would you ever say that
they show
as a
weird
conversation
things.
Starter?
They show weird
no,
things.
I love that Instagram now you have to reveal it. You know what I mean? So you can kind of be like, no, block.
Yeah.
Who do you want to be as your celebrity opponent in a death match?
I don't know. Who? You tell me. Who do you think that should be? You pick it out. I'll fight him.
Drake.
I like Drake.
I do too.
That's
why I want you to fight him.
Oh, you want to fight Drake?
You could be in the middle of the fight and be like, here's Liv's number.
Yeah, there you go. And here you go.
I came to fight you.
You actually came to wrestle. That's what we're calling it. Wrestling. Got it.
What are you gonna name your puppy?
We gotta get. Can somebody get the puppy?
Introduce the puppy.
Yeah, you guys gotta meet Chubbs. I want to call her Chubbs. Frank does not want to call her Chubbs. It was either, for me, it was between Nugget, or Chunky, Chubby, Fatty, Roly Poly. I like all those
things that relate to her being a little ball of fat.
She is. She's just squishy. She's a Frenchie.
So cute.
This is the newest member of the Fam Bam. Incoming. Look at this.
Hello, mamas.
Hi. I know you were napping. You were like, don't pee on me, okay?
Oh
look at that
gosh,
face.
Look at the
And look at how
ears,
fat she
the
is.
eyes.
Look at.
She's gonna be a little fatty. A little fatty.
Okay, all right.
A little fatty.
What would you say are your 3 core values?
Family, faith, and honesty. Being honest is really important. I don't love people that lie.
Right.
I have a hard time with them. I would just rather you just say the truth.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like you. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, carry on. You know.
Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day.
What do you think of garden gnomes?
I don't think about that.
Do you ever just sit and just be like, wow, garden
Like,
gnomes?
garden gnomes. To get one or not to get one?
Don't they say that they move like throughout your yard and stuff based on like what's
That's your grandmother moving them around the yard. Like, I think this garden gnome looks better over here.
Maybe you're right.
It's not. That thing looks good in the trash. It does not look good in your yard. Like,
oh my god,
imagine
it's
that.
like Elf on the Shelf. What do you think about Elf on the Shelf?
My
Same thing.
mom had an entire collection of them.
Oh my gosh.
They were everywhere. They were like literally on shelves. Literally, she actually had a Christmas shelf built.
With like snowman,
Everything.
garden gnomes.
Yes,
the Christmas ones.
Just all Christmas. It was like she'd be like, "It's my whatever," and their arms all were like, you know, it was like just good.
Yeah, I'm like, why can't we collect something else?
Do you always have an idea of what you're going to do makeup wise, or do you decide when you see the person in front of you?
I usually decide when I see the person in front of me. Also, what dictates is like, who's the audience? What's the magazine? Is it a magazine? Is it a video? Is it a video? Is it a commercial? Is it a commercial? You know, like, and then what do the clothes look like? You can't just like, that's why I think some of the trends, as we were talking about on the last question with Instagram, is that there's this thing and everybody goes, it's like a stamp. Like you got the same face. It's a matte lip. It's a wavy eyebrow. It's a, you know, whatever it is. It's the highlight. It's like
Too much inspiration.
Yeah, a little too much.
Too much.
See that highlighter from space. You're like, whoa, satellite dish. Is that a flying saucer? No, that's my cheekbone.
No, that's just my model.
It's just my model. It's my Instagramming.
How long did it take you to design and create your brushes?
That
Which are amazing. Like
Thank you.
sometimes I don't even have makeup on them because he gave me brushes and I just
Thank
put
you.
them on my face.
It's funny. They've been copied now twice by.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
How dare they?
Well, you know, they know a good thing when they see it. So I don't blame them. But I sat down and it was like, you know, it's funny because you could create something and I can create something and it'll look the same, but it's not the same. And the reason being is because, you know, I make sure there's enough hair inside the brush. It's like, it's not dense enough. This is too dense. It's not, you know, there's not enough. I'm looking at it like as a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm thinking, how can I use this on myself? If I was a woman or a man or just anybody using this brush, how would I use this on myself? And how does that translate onto somebody else? Right? So that's where the thought process comes in. And I think that's where I have the edge over everybody, is because when you're a makeup artist and you've been in the business this long, you understand what's quality and what's not. What are good ingredients and what's not. What is beautiful and what's not, you know?
Yeah.
And so when you become the industry standard because your idea is, well, this has got to work like this. All right, hit me.
What is your fitness routine and favorite area to work on?
My fitness routine is I get up every morning around 5 a.m. Eat, make my bed, have coffee. Usually, and then I have a second cup on the way to the gym. Then I get to the gym at 7, and I train from 7 to 8 with a trainer. I pick one body part per day, and probably my favorite body part to do is legs. I feel like, you ever see, like, you probably see guys all the time, right? They always come on to you and go, hey,
I mean,
Liv, what's going on, girl? How you doing, baby? What's up? Let's get together. You know, like all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And then they're all like, they got a good body, and then you look at their legs and they're like little chicken.
And I'm like, nope, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Chicken leg. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Don't skip
Has to
leg
match.
day. You understand the most important thing.
That's good advice.
Don't skip leg day.
A
I
lot
know
of people
it.
need to
It's
hear
a
that.
nobody likes it, but you got to do it. Because if you got nice legs, the rest of it, like, you can be a little thinner on top, a little bigger
Yeah.
on top. Like, but the worst is, like, I call it bar body. They look good behind the bar. And then they come out and you're like, oh, who ate your legs? Someone ate your legs.
You're like, never mind.
Give him back his legs.
Never mind.
Somebody give him back a leg.
What words of wisdom would you give to us who are new to the makeup game. New to the makeup.
New to the makeup game.
Fresh off the bus.
Play with everything and experiment with everything and like grab your friends, grab your mom, grab your aunt, grab your cousin, like do makeup on everybody. It's just fun, you know? Practice makes perfect and you start to understand who you are by what you do, right? So the minute you start like doing something, you're like, oh, okay, I like the way this looks. I like the way this comes out.
Yeah.
You can't figure that out until you do it. So just do it.
I like that your advice is you telling them to be themselves, not like, oh, go look up inspiration and blah, blah, blah. Like, stupid. I like that your advice is to just figure out your own techniques.
Well, when I started doing makeup, it was like grunge was popular, and I was doing all this glowy and sexy and expensive looking makeup, and everybody was like,
everybody was like, hot topic.
Yeah. And then when it started to catch on, I was at the right place, the right time with the right models, and it was like, and then I started doing all these celebrities. Interesting thing is that I always stay true to myself. This was my stilo. This was my style. This is what I wanted to do. And when you stand that firmly in something, whether it's music or acting or creating clothing, whatever you are, if you're an artist, just being yourself is the most important thing that you can do. So if you consider yourself a makeup artist, that's what that is. You got to bring your art to the forefront. You don't need formal training. You just need to understand what your talent is.
What gives you the right? What gives you the right?
What are you talking about? You're scaring me a little bit. What do you mean? What gives me the right to do what? Everything?
Everything you do. What gives you the right? He is a child of God.
Yes, it is.
And that gives him the right.
That does. But also, I always say this, and I tell everybody this. If it's not you, then it'll be somebody else. Mm-hmm. So why shouldn't it be me? That's what gives me the right.
Yep. Do you think...
Okay.
What's the most outrageous thing that's ever happened on a shoot?
There's a lot. I'm like... I saw one time there was a photographer and the model got into such a huge fight and the model slapped the photographer. Yeah, it was a lot of drama. I was like, jeez. This is like
my gosh.
Young and the Messless. It's like, these are crazy people.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen anything like that.
No, you guys are all like chill nowadays. Like before, models used to act like they were super, you know, like I think it's changed. Like things change. Like it's really 90s to act like you're so cool and you can't be bothered with anybody. And I think that energy now is like everybody's like, hey, we're here. Let's just do this thing. You know, like it's a different energy now. I like it better. I hate all that like pretense.
Yeah, unless you're an Instagram.
It's just, what is that anyway? I'm an Instagram model.
It's a career. You haven't heard?
I have not. I missed that meeting.
Oh, this one's important. What are top 5 recommendations for makeup for women over 40? Best anti-aging makeup tricks.
More concealer. Because women, like after they get a little older, they start getting dark right in here.
Yeah.
So you want to I call it a trough. It gets, this little trough starts turning purple. So you want to bounce some light in there. That looks youthful. Blush shouldn't go out here. It should go here, you know. That's more youthful. Less eyeshadow. Crinkly eye with too much eyeshadow on it. It's like, dear Lord, stop.
You made it worse.
Yeah, made it worse.
When was your wow, I made it moment?
My wow, I made it moment was when I was standing on the corner of New York City, and there used to be the newsstands. You'd see like all the magazines. I had 7 covers on the newsstand at one time.
What?
Yeah. And it was
insane.
It was at that time and still I don't know if anybody's beaten that, but it was the first time in history that a makeup artist had 7 covers on the newsstand. So my mom had it all framed, all of them.
Oh
in
my
this
gosh,
long
I just
frame.
got chills. Not from the wind, but like from that.
It was one of those moments where I was like, wow, my life's never going to be the same again. You know, it's just like you're standing there. And it wasn't about what celebrity I was working with. It was about me. It was about my craft. And I was like, I've worked really hard and I'm tired, but this is cool, you know.
What was the hardest thing for you to learn when you started doing makeup?
First of all, I did this. I tell this story all the time, and it's the truth. I worked with a photographer, and I used to work in a studio doing lights, and like back then we didn't have digital camera, so everything was winding film and developing film, and I worked in the darkroom, and I would paint in his studio for school because I had to paint and hand in paintings, you know. And I had 6 roommates. It was like realworld.com. And all my roommates everybody was in college. We had 1 bathroom. It was just awful. So when I would work, he would allow me to paint in the studio on days off. So he would see me paint and he'd say, "You should become a makeup artist." And I was like, I don't know about that. Because the makeup artists that used to come in there were like, maybe stereotypical, maybe is the right word. I was like, I can't relate to this. This is very weird.
This is very weird for me.
People of America, this is very weird. So he pushed and pushed, and I did it. And then I started doing makeup the way that I saw other people do makeup with these like little applicators and sponges. And that's why, like, I'm not against the Beauty Blender. I actually like the Beauty Blender quite a lot. I just don't know how to work with it because to me, I'm not great with sponges. I'm better with brushes because I'm a painter. So that's my background. It's like, it doesn't make it wrong or right. It just makes it the way I do things, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I got my start doing makeup. And I was just terrible at it in the beginning. Like, just bad. And then he looked at me, he was like, you got to paint the way you paint. So that's where all the contouring came from and all the way I paint with light and all that. I like the light. Some people love to play in the darkness. I like to play in the light.
In what ways do you challenge yourself to continue learning and developing your craft? So, like, what do you do to challenge yourself?
Well, I'm constantly poring over, like, you know, technology is changing too. So what do? You know, like, I don't know if everybody remembers this, but it was like, everything was 4K. Oh my God, we're shooting it at 4K. And it's like, the Oscars 4K. It was like, what are we going to do? And you could see like, literally like a freckle look like a mountain. And I was like, who the hell thought this 4K stuff up? They don't
Let's
like
kill
us.
them.
Let's kill them. Like, I was like, okay, this is great for sports because you feel like you're there. You're watching, like, you know, we watch football in our house. So I'm like, you know, you're seeing grass fly and spit and blood. And you're like, this is great.
But that doesn't look good on the red carpet.
No, not cute on the actresses, okay? It's like, whoa. And what I learned in that process was, in the beginning, everybody was like, less makeup. You use less makeup, less makeup, less makeup. And it's quite the opposite. It's more makeup, more powder. It's more forgiving because the powder kind of bounces back at the camera. So that was an interesting, like, so you're constantly, with me, I love lighting, I love technology, and I love my job. So I'm constantly like searching for like, okay, this can be better, and just tightening it. I always think that like there's, you know, you're tightening the screws. Like when I was on tour with Jennifer, it was like, okay, like we're doing stage makeup and started out good. It just kept getting better throughout the show because like throughout the dates, because I was like, okay, I'm understanding how this light is working and how do I get this to last for 2 hours? You know, how do you get makeup to stay on somebody that's singing and dancing and running and sweating, you know, and it's summer. It's like, you know, how does this not on your shirt?
Yeah.
You know, you just you just figure it out. I don't know. You just push yourself.
So you're around celebrities all the time, beautiful women, and I personally think every woman is a beautiful woman, but what would be your best self-esteem advice for people that see that and want to try? And, you know, people struggle a lot with self-esteem. It's a real issue.
I think it's an issue for all of us, women, men, everybody. Everybody's like, am I too fat? Am I too thin? Am I not muscular enough? You know, like am I not tall enough? Like people go through a whole plethora of things. I think, and trust me, I struggle with this too. You just got to own what it is that you are. And step into it and be confident in what you're doing. Like if you're going to wear that like crazy purple and green dress.
Yeah. You gotta own it.
You gotta own it. I always tell my son this. People are only as comfortable with you as you are with yourself, right? Very important words because whether you're gay, straight, married, not married, when you're comfortable with yourself, people are comfortable with you. Because you have a way of making people feel comfortable. When you're uncomfortable in your skin, people get around you. They're like, okay. And they don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it, but you're uncomfortable. So you got to make people feel at ease.
The energy.
It's energy.
And you put off like such a good, like funny, happy energy.
I'm a happy guy. There's nothing for me to be upset about. I have a really amazing life. And I have an amazing doggy. That's biting my hand off.
She's like, she's teething. We'll see about that. What is the YouTube channel name? What's your YouTube channel?
Hello, Scott Barnes TV.
Okay. What are the updates? How many videos are you going to be doing?
Well, you guys got to subscribe. Hit that button down there, and then I'll keep you guys informed. Like, stay connected, you know. So I'm going to be in your face all the time. All right.
Thank you for letting me ask you questions.
Thank you for asking me questions, but I love you guys for all the questions that you did ask, and I was very excited that I got such an overwhelming response from everybody. I hope that I answered everything to the best of my ability, and I hope I made you guys happy. And until I see you guys next time, all right? Peace.